This tutorial is going to go over how to upload an already prepared video into your YouTube channel. Now, of course, before even viewing this tutorial, you want to make sure that you already have your video recorded on some type of recording device like Screencast-Matic if you're wanting to record something on a screen, or if you've recorded yourself for any reason, you would be using the camera app on whatever device it is that you're using. This is going to be so much easier to do on a computer if possible, or on a Chromebook. So you do want to have that video saved somewhere that'll be easily accessible. Now, every Northside teacher and student has a YouTube channel already created for them. It's just a matter of finding it and how to access it and upload videos to it. The first thing you want to do is make sure you log into your Northside email account. And this goes for whether you're a teacher or a student. Once you've logged in, you'll come up here to the waffle icon and scroll down to YouTube. I'm sure this is a heavily trafficked area for some of you. Now, of course, you're going to ignore all the videos that are already there. Those are the typical advertised videos. You'll come over here to where your profile icon is, and when you click on it, you'll see that you already have a channel created. And this of course can always be customized later. You can add headings if you have a picture. Make sure you have a profile picture as well. And if you have already content, you may have content here, but obviously if you're watching this tutorial, you may not have any content at all. To add any kind of videos to your YouTube channel, you'd come over here to YouTube Studio. This is where you'll do most of your uploading and editing and looking at analytics and all that other stuff. So you'll click YouTube Studio. I do want to point out that if you don't even want to look at your channel because you know you don't have anything on it, when you go to the waffle icon in the YouTube account, when you are in YouTube and you click over here on your profile, you can go straight to the YouTube Studio as well. So that's just if you want to bypass visiting your channel altogether. But either way, the button is there on your channel for you to access if you happen to be looking everything over. Now again, you already want to have a video prepared. So in this case, I'll be actually adding a chapter to the audiobook that I have been uploading chapter by chapter. To upload a video, you'll see this upload video or the create button. You can click. I do not recommend ever going live, honestly, at this point, because YouTube can be very glitchy when it comes to live. So you want to have a prepared video already set up and saved somewhere on the computer accessible. You'll click upload video, and you can choose to select your files, or you can open your computer files over here and just select the video you want and drag and drop it in. Makes it a little easier to just do it that way. So you want to give it a good name. This is what it's going to actually show when somebody is searching or looking through your playlists or anything like that. In this case, I'll be naming it the same thing I name all my other videos. If you want to give any kind of a description about it, usually you're giving credit somehow to maybe wherever you got the original content. You always want to be careful if you're using anything that doesn't belong to you, you're giving it some kind of credit. In this case, I'm using a thumbnail, which is an image right here. And that's the image that will actually show when somebody is considering playing the video. Playlists are good to have when you want to organize your videos into different little groupings. So if you want to have a playlist that has maybe school assignments or school videos, or if you want to have them organized by maybe your content areas or grade levels, you could have that already set up. You can create a new playlist if you don't already have one. In this case, I have a playlist, which is the name of the book that I'm going to be uploading the video to. You'll have that checked, hit done. You are required to indicate whether this video is appropriate for students or for kids or not. That way they know if they can have it visible to little kids who may be searching for something similar. In this case, my video is school appropriate. It's appropriate for a child to listen to if they have to. So I'll select yes, it's made for kids, and then I'll hit next. These video elements are mainly for people who want to put any kind of little specialized stuff on there. I don't recommend doing that in here if you're not very familiar with YouTube Studio, so you can skip this section as well. The difference between these three are pretty crucial at this point. A public video is one that can be seen by everybody. They don't have to be specially invited to see it. And in fact, it may even pop up for them on a search if they are searching for whatever content that happens to be relevant to your video. Unlisted means only anybody with the video link can see it. It's not something that is going to be showing up on any kind of a public search. But I will say that if you have any kind of unlisted video in a public playlist, it will still be visible. If somebody who you've given access to an unlisted video, if they decide to add your video to one of their public playlists, it becomes public. So really your two best options are to decide whether you want everybody to see it, which case you would select public, or if you only want you and specific people only to be able to access it, in which case it would be private. For the purposes of this video that I'm uploading, I do intend for it to be accessible to anybody who chooses to, as well as students that may not be my specific students. So in this case, I am going to choose public. You want to make sure that if you're making it public, that it is school appropriate or institution appropriate, because your name, of course, will be attached to this. I do want to point out that in the midst of me selecting all these settings, the video is also being processed at the same time. This is going to be a dual process, meaning it's being processed here, but it's also going to be processed as soon as I hit publish. So you do want to make sure that you don't X out of the tab, otherwise it'll undo all the work that you've just uploaded here. The longer the video, the longer it's going to take to process. In this case, this video is only 16 minutes long, so it's not going to take too long at all. So then I'll select publish. It'll do its little scanning thing. It tells you, okay, we're going to still need to continue processing, so you'll hit close. You can check the progress of it here under videos, and it'll tell you that it's still pending. Okay. If it prompts you down here at the bottom for any reason, it'll have like a little pop-up indicating that it's still processing the video. And if you try to X out of this tab, luckily the tab will warn you that if you X out of it prematurely, the video won't upload at all. So you do want to keep this open. I will say that once you've created videos that are about 50 minutes or longer, it takes quite a bit more for it to upload, especially if you, and even longer if you have spotty internet. YouTube Studio is also very useful in terms of understanding how far your videos reach. So when you come over here to dashboard, it gives you just a general idea of views, subscribers, which videos are more popular, so you can get a good idea as to how many people have been watching your videos. Playlists is where you would keep track of the different playlists that you may have. In this case, I happen to have two, but only one of them is public. Analytics is good to give you that real specific data of how many times people have been viewing your videos, as well as how many subscribers that you've been gaining over since you've been uploading videos. What I really want to make sure that you go in and adjust the settings to is here in settings. If you are planning to upload any kind of a video that or anything like that that you worry will have any kind of feedback, you want to make sure that you're checking that your comments are disabled, especially if you don't want to have to deal with people maybe putting inappropriate comments on your video. I do recommend here in the settings going over here to the channel part and going to advanced settings and making sure that this box is also checked off. This disables interest-based ads. It makes sure that there aren't really that are going to be posted on your channel as much as possible. So once you have that selected, you'll make sure to hit save. In this case, I'm going to hit cancel because I already have that selected. Comments is where you'll be able to review if somebody has left you any kind of a comment. And again, if you choose on not allowing comments on any of your videos, you can do a blanket setting change that will ensure that comments are not allowed on any of your videos. For that, you'll come over here to settings, you'll go to community, defaults, and here you'll select disable comments. You can also have it to where you review the comments, but if you choose to not even engage in any of that kind of dialogue on your YouTube videos, you can just disable them altogether. Discussions, you can also change that to disable as well, and then you can check that off if you feel like you need to for your live. But again, I don't recommend doing any kind of live video especially if you're very new to YouTube. So, and then make sure, of course, that you select save. And that's pretty much it. Here on out, you can track the views. You can track, in this case, obviously the comments are at 0. Users can still indicate likes or dislikes. Again, not very helpful. You're really just worried about making sure your videos are reaching viewers. So looking at views is probably the most important. If you have any questions or comments on how to make this a more streamlined process, feel free to shoot me an email. In the meantime, I hope this video was helpful in uploading videos to your YouTube. Thanks and good luck.